Fantastic. So fundamentally, the idea behind this session is very simple. What we are looking forward is that completely, like, you have all the knowledge that you would require to handle this kind of a domain. So we understand that eco recycling or electronic recycling, as we call it,
right,
for a long time. But in order to give your best, you would need to have some like complete background of this entire project, right? So my intention in this conversation is to debrief you, give you the complete orientation of who we are, where are we operating from, and you have the right frequencies with which you can then move on forward and create all the wonderful work to create those kind of results that we have discussed so far. So is the intention clear to all of us?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Great, fantastic. The second thing is you are most welcome to ask me as many questions. Let me also add Param in the spotlight. So Param, you are also in the spotlight now. Huh? So you are also most welcome to ask as many questions as possible, so that everything regarding this domain of eco-recycling, and more specifically the Book My Junk domain, like where we are talking of this D2C or a B2C initiative, is clear to you. So therefore, like this session should serve for all the relevant question answers and things which you would probably require to create the next level breakthroughs. Okay, so we have some details from our side, plus you are most welcome to ask as many questions as possible.
Right.
Clear?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So now moving forward, let me also get people from my team so that they are the number here, 1 1. Where is Ashish? Okay, fair enough. ठीक है, बैठो यहाँ आ जाओ. So so far, let us start the story then. In that case, this session should not take more than about 45 minutes,
Right.
of which 12 minutes are already gone in getting us together. Now next is just about 35 or 33 minutes to go. So let me quickly give you a quick snapshot of where we are operating from.
Hello.
आ गया वो? हाँ. आज नेटवर्क का बैंड क्यों बजा हुआ है? Today we are having some network issues, it seems. यहाँ पे bandwidth is not complete. Okay, so the story starts something like this. This is about 25-30 years ago. Take your time. So this is about 25-30 years ago, when India did not had anything called electronic recycling to go. Yeah. Meanwhile, meet my team member also. His name is Tony.
Hello.
And he is Tony Ghosh. Amazing guy. He's just amazing. That's all I can say. So he's Param, and we also have Dilip, yeah, who's a great friend of mine, and we are kind of now get this thing to execution now. So we are now getting into the domain. So 25-30 years ago, when India did not had electronic recycling in its any form, there was this gentleman called Mr. B.K. Soni, who actually hailed from a village, and he thought of creating some value for the, for himself and for the society. And that is where this electronic recycling thing came into picture. The name of the company that he started was Eco Recycling. And we were the first company in India to be certified by the government as an electronic recycler. So the domain of electronic recycling started with Mr. Soni, right? So I will actually share with you his photograph or something which might be there. So, and we'll also be meeting up with him, in one of these days. In fact, you would have probably already interacted with him, right? In one of your conversations and things like that. So he is Mr. Soni. You can see the screen, right?
We can.
Param?
Yeah, I can see that.
Fantastic. So he is Mr. VK Soni, amazing human being and with a lot of ethics and values and stuff like that. So the idea is this company started as Eco Reco or Eco Recycling about 25 years ago, and now about 15 years ago, we also got listed on the stock exchange. So this is the only company till date which is listed on the stock exchange. Okay, so you can search on Eco Recycling Limited. The share is on Bombay Stock Exchange, right? So that is the background of this company. So far, it's about a market cap of about 200 crores, about 18-20 crores turnover, 10 times the PE multiple that they get. The share is at about 100 rupees. The focus of this company is core is B2B. That means they only talk to the businesses and factories, LGs and Samsungs and iPhones and all those companies, NTPCs, where they have a lot of electronic junk. And for recycling their electronic junk, this company charges them. Okay, so the model is, if you have a piece of like they have so many computers and laptops and tube lights and stuff like that, we will do it all over the world. I think 30 countries. Yeah, so not just in India, we will do electronic recycling for companies and corporates and factories and manufacturing units. Around 30 countries is where we are present, where we have specialized knowledge plus also certifications. So there are some very specialized certifications which are required in this domain to operate. And this company has all those necessary certifications. So this R2 certificate that you are seeing, responsible recycling, this is available only to, I think, us over here in India, or maybe some more, but this is like a very, very rare certificate, and it is available from a European authority or something like that. Then there are other domains of WEE recycling. This is WEE is typically this is electricals and electronics equipments, right? Then there is data destruction. There is a lot of work that they do in the domain of data destruction, and people like RBI printing notes. Now they cannot just destroy their hard disk. So they have to destroy the data first before they destroy the hard disk. Then there is a lot of lamp recycling. All these mercury lamps and tube lights and all, they just can't be disposed of in in the open. So government has strict laws about e-waste management, and this is the company. This works in that domain. Now that brings us to the point, why are we even talking about it? Because this has no concern to what we are committed to, right? But this is the mother company. So we need to understand the parents first before we understand the child, right? Now, because this company is completely dedicated to B2B, there is a new startup which it has given birth to. It was a new initiative that was taken about 3 years ago. And the name of the initiative is Book My Junk. So what is really Book My Junk is fundamentally, it's a B2C initiative. When we say B2C means what? We are basically talking of people like you and me, people like Tony or Dilip or like all of us out there. All of us use electronic equipments day in, day out. And Dilip, you would realize, how much electronic equipment we create from our usage, right? All the history of the world. right?
3 days ago, I had to give away 6 mobile phones.
Yeah.
So that's the so that was the inspiration. So I said, let me look around for the junk, because you guys don't have a pickup facility in Noida. So so I have sent it to some place where they're going to probably do whatever. So like that.
Good.
So you
Absolutely.
don't realize, but you keep on accumulating this junk. I completely agree.
Absolutely. And all of us are guilty of that. So what is happening is, now I'm giving you a big picture first. This is only for your information. Probably you may use it in strategy in a very subtle way, but not to be talked about with the consumer outside, like a normal conversation. What is happening is, as a country, we are importing a lot of stuff in electronics all the time. Like, our balance of payments is completely dwindled because of 2 reasons. One is oil, one is electronics. Correct? All the time we are importing mobile phones and electronic circuit boards and televisions and stuff like that all the time. Now, Government of India has realized this, that there are only 2 ways of creating a balance of payments and stopping this imports. What are the 2 ways? One is, you mine the material from the land that you have. That means you go to Jamshedpur and other places, you mine iron ore and nickel and mica and other things, which is open cast minings and those mining stuff, which is, you are getting it from the Mother Earth. The second source of metals is recycling. When we recycle this mobile phone, you get metal and gold and plastic and God knows what. So there are so many things that we can actually generate from all the junk that is lying in people's homes and places out there. So Government of India has actually released a law, and this is made about 6 years ago, that has been passed as a law. It is known as E-Waste Management Rules 2016. Kindly note this down and please study the rules. The rule says very clearly, now this is as far as something called EPR, Extended Producer Responsibility. What is Extended Producer Responsibility? It is fundamentally all the companies which are manufacturing all these products, whether it is mobile phones, laptops, televisions, anything for that matter, they are mandated by law that they can sell any amount of material only if they are generating 0.6%, not 0.6%, 0.6 times, which is 60% of the material they have to recycle. They have to get it back from the market. Are you getting that? So if you get 60 mobile phones back, then you can sell 100 TVs or 100 mobile phones. LG has to do that. Samsung has to do that. Now, they passed this law in 2016, and from effectively 2023, it is getting in implementation. So next year onwards, it is getting activated. So all these producers were given the rules that for the next 5 years, make sure that you create a system where you get these products back, right? So 2023 is when it gets activated. So this is again for your information, primarily as a professional. Now, where we are talking of Book My Junk, and this is where the Book My Junk is actually. So where is Book My Junk? Oh, screen down here. What is this? What is this, man? Where did it go? Hang on, I think that screen shut down for some reason. So where we are in the domain of Book My Junk is fundamentally, we need to be the initiator. We need to be the pioneer in the domain of getting people activated over here. It's a behavior change. Getting people activated over here in the mind, so that all the electronics which is lying in the home, which is dead electronics, it's like dead bodies, right? Which people have just kept it in the corners of their drawers, and they have like created a mini kapadi corner. We need to get it out for 2 reasons. One is for the health of the people themselves, because any electronics creates fumes. Like anything which lies for a long time unused creates poisonous gases which are harmful to health. So it has a big implication on the health of the humanity and the family members altogether. If you really take the amount of advances that have happened in terms of medical sciences in the last 50 years, huge medical sciences advancement. All of us agree? Yet, medical problems are only increasing because as humanity, we have forgotten to actually plug in the loopholes because we are missing out on nutritious food and pure air and clean water. Now, what happens when we throw away the mobile phone or a lamp or even as small as a battery from this charger, let's say. This is a battery cell. What happens when we throw away this pencil cell out there in the junk? Either it gets into the landfill, or it gets into a water stream, or it gets into the garbage can and it gets burned. Gazipur, we all know, right? Gazipur, is it that right? That huge mountains of...
Yeah, that's one of the mountains that we have. That is one of the mountains that we have.
Yeah, correct. So all this gets burned. Now what is happening is when it is getting burned, imagine the amount of toxicity that it is causing out there. So the air is getting polluted. The water is getting polluted. It is getting poisonous. And the land in which it goes as a landfill, it loses its productivity forever. What are we giving to our generations down below? What are we going to leave for our children, therefore? This is the future that we want to leave it for our children. This is the message probably you need to create it in your communication. It has to be radical. It has to be thought-provoking because nobody is going to be talking about electronic recycling the way you and me are right now talking. Nobody cares a damn. It is not a priority for anybody. Is this making sense?
No, you're right. Because a lot of this is certainly not the priority.
Yeah. So we have to see there are two ways of handling this part. We have to handle this not as a nice to have messaging. Give your e-junk, steps, 3 steps. All this is like, I would say it's like very average or below average communication. We are looking at something which needs to stop people in their shoes. Get them, take stock of things, get up, sit up straight in the chair, maybe start to stand and say, what is this? What am I looking at? They need to get up from their chair and get in action. They need to reach out to their mobile phones and do something which is what will help them become healthy and leave a good legacy for their children, become responsible in the eyes of their own children and their own selves at the best. So all our communication needs to drive to a behavior change of sorts. Is this making sense, Param?
Definitely. You have to use those kind of emotions.
Yeah, it's not just a collection story. It's also a disposal story.
Yeah,
that's what I get. My takeaway is that we need to onboard people about not just the collection, but the right kind of disposal.
Correct. It's a safe disposal that we are talking of. See, that battery cell, you need to throw it out. You definitely do not need it in your house. But how are you disposing it is what defines your future and your children's future. If you throw it in the garbage can, your children's lives will get affected. If you properly dispose them, you call for our services. Now, the idea is first define a problem. Once you define a problem, then only we can tell the solution or the method. So we have to define a problem of health, environment, cleanliness, space. Mumbai has a space at a premium. Let's say, the kind of, this place that we are sitting in. It costs crores of rupees. Like space is at a premium. Like the amount of space, 1 square feet, which is taken away by your shoes. Like it costs lakhs of rupees, that space, right? So Mumbaikars understand this. Now the good part is that we are talking to a very specifically focused audience right now. So your communication can be very focused on Mumbaikars. If you value your space, your cleanliness, your time, your money, your health, you don't want to go to a doctor again and again. You want your children to be healthy and happy. All that you need to do is you need to clean up, do safe disposal of your electronic dead stuff that is lying at your places. And it needs to really get people in action. So the method is safe disposal. So you have defined the problem, you have defined the solution, and then you introduce the way you want to, okay, here is an app, book my junk, use it. Go to the website. Now, if you go to the website, you will find that all the necessary stuff which is required for them is given out there. This is not the best website. Please do not think that this is the benchmark of the best. We are very, very far behind in our work right now, but this is all that we have right now. We have a mobile app on Android. We have it on iPhone, and it's a very, very step-by-step download and register as yourself as an eco warrior. So what is that? What is the gratification? The gratification is not money. The gratification is only in terms of your self becoming much more powerful. How do you become powerful? When you are healthy, when you are environmentally conscious, and then from our side, we are also giving you a certification of becoming an eco warrior. So this is like you select your e-waste and request for pickup. And I'm sure you would have gone through the website. And why should you recycle? Like recycling, mining. Like I don't even come anywhere between like this content. There's too much of content out here. But just give you a perspective, the company is committed. These are the vehicles which are branded vehicles which move around in town all the time. And we are collecting some numbers. I will also share with you some statistics of what we have collected. आज का report आ गया? हाँ, इसको भेज दो, इसको inspection ये ID क्या है इसका? इसका inspection है शायद ना? आउटलुक में देख लेता हूँ किधर है ये, किधर है यार? हाँ, तो इंस्पेक्शन को भेज दो इनको. We will share the actual statistics also. So the fact of the matter is that there are branded vehicles which are there. There are some certifications and some accolades that we have got from the government and stuff like that. So there is some stuff that is being talked about. Now this is all the website and all the content. I'm sure you can read it. But more than this, it needs to touch the heart of people. So are you getting that? Now where is the uska wo kidhar hai video? So पहले certificate दिखा देते हैं. So Param, have you gone through the presentation of this Book My Junk from the website? Then we can skip this part.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, fair enough. So just to share with you, this is the certificate that we give. And this is like generated by our young man Tony over here. For every person who gives even a battery cell, he becomes an eco warrior. And I am glad to share this with you. How many eco warriors are there now? As of yesterday evening. Have we crossed 1100 right now? 1100. Kya baat hai? Congratulations. So just to give you a perspective, right now we have 1100 such warriors who are already moving around in the city and doing some good work. So like they are some really committed people who are eco warriors. About how many of them? 700 of them have used it again and again, like more than twice. More than 650. 700 people are using it more than double. Balance one-time eco warriors. So like they get multiple times the eco warrior award, like eco warrior certification. So we just don't say, oh, you have become an eco warrior, so just be it. No. Now we want to actually create something called, you'll note kar lena, Eco Warrior, Star, Eco Warrior 5-star, Eco Warrior Champion. So we want to create some categories out there in certificates also, and like people who are using it multiple times. So वो जो बंदा अपने को हर 15 दिन में use करता है, क्या नाम है उसका? HMPS, Ivan Pereira. हाँ, so he needs to be a star Eco Warrior. So we can also give you those names, people who are using us every 15 days, and they are already doing this stuff. They are doing it with college students and stuff like that, and they call for us every 10 days, 5 days, 7 days, 15 days. So there is so much of material which is already being done for all of us. So why I am sharing this with you is, you are not starting from scratch. Are you getting that, Param? Dilip?
No, that's good to know, because we can use the testimonial and
Yeah. You can just and have a conversation with this fellow Ivan Pereira or someone who's committed to this, and that can be blown apart in pieces, and that guy can be a whatever influencer, micro influencer, whatever that you want to call it. Yeah. So there are some people out there, 1100 of them. I'm glad, yeah, 1100 cross. However, we are just scratching the tip of the iceberg. Like, we are very unhappy with like our performance right now. So there is a lot. There's the music. How it goes to the various societies, depending on what is the kind of code. And this is all company property. Not something which is like client or anything. That company driver, company car, company vehicle.
Using anymore, so then I gave it.
So day and night these vehicles are moving around in the city.
I have a phone which I don't need anymore. I would give it off to a friend or a family member. For example, my sister, recently I had a phone which I wasn't using anymore. So then I gave it to my sister. Now she uses it. Rarely the case that I just throw it off in the dustbin or something like that. It's always given to somebody.
So right now I will be just introducing to our app, which is called as Book My Junk, wherein you just need to register yourself as an user, and then what are the electrical items that you would be having, we would be taking a confirmation from your side regarding your availability, and once you are done with that, we will be coming to your house and picking it up, so that we can recycle it in an eco-friendly way. Okay,
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
I think e-waste is quite harmful for the environment, because we are using these headphones, like you can say, we have a lot of stuff, right? So if we are using it, it's like broken or all that stuff, it's too much. So if you are throwing it, it will be very harmful, right? And if we are giving to you, as you told me before, if we are giving to you, you will recycle it free of cost, and it will be very convenient for the, I think.
That's really a good thing. You are taking good measures.
Actually, we have this application wherein you can directly dispose your e-waste in an eco-friendly way.
I didn't know that before, but can you tell me about?
Yeah, sure, definitely. We have this application which is in collaboration with Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So whatever e-waste you will be having in your house, we will be decoming it and taking it free of cost. Okay, so we will be asking for your confirmation whether you are available to get it disposed, and then we will be sending our van to your premises and getting it collected. So it in turns gets recycled in an eco-friendly way. So this application is readily available on iOS devices as well as Play Store. You can just scan that barcode and it will be redirecting you to the application. Okay, once you download it, you will be asking for your credentials, and once you fill that out, there are a number of e-waste listed under that. So whatever e-waste you will be having, you just need to pick it up, and then the address and everything will be automatically filled.
I want to ask something. Like it will be free of cost?
Yeah, it would be free of cost. We will be taking it from your house. It's free of cost, so you don't need to give any commercial spends.
That's a good measure. Yeah,
We can for weather and environment.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is why the reason we are taking this much effort.
Yeah, everybody should download it.
So fundamentally, thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this. So thank you so much, Tony, for doing all this hard work. So the idea is very simple. It is like for free of cost, you can be healthy, you can be an eco warrior, you can take care of your environment, you can take care of your generations to come by just taking one single step, which is disposing of your e-waste and electronic junk in a proper manner. And for that, all that you need to do is get Book My Junk. So you can do it either through the website, or you can do it through the what you call app as well. So once again, I'm just quickly sharing with you in the next 1 minute. You have to click on get registered. When you click on get registered, what happens is it pops up a screen which will need to, like, you need to give your mobile number. And let's say I give my mobile number right now. So आ गया? अरे वाह. Chalo. So now that I've given my mobile number, the OTP needs to land up on my phone. So the system works in that manner. Press हुआ क्या? Press क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? प्रेस नहीं हो रहा ना, या सबमिट ही नहीं हो रहा? सबमिट ही नहीं हो रहा. हाँ, तो यहाँ पर कुछ इशू है. अभी हाँ, अभी होना चाहिए. यहाँ से मोबाइल से देखो. Just a moment, guys. One sec. Let me figure it out. Where is this? Book My Junk. Yes. So I don't know if you can see this screen. So I'm gonna make this like this. So I think, yeah. So this is a mobile app. You can choose whatever product categories that you want. It says vacuum cleaner, air conditioner, like large household. It has categories: large household items, small appliances, IT solutions, IT telecom, electrical items. You can give. So I'm sure if you would have downloaded that, you will find. And it also has medical devices. So in medical devices, there are things like thermometer and stuff like that as well. Electrical items will have CRT monitor and DVD player and keyboards and LCDs and pencil cells, whatnot. So इसमें अभी वो cassette भी आ गया है, right? CD and cassette is visible. So the entire system is ready. At the back end, you can add on more categories if you want. Like if somebody is giving some category which is not listed, we can add that, we can delete that, modify that. All that is, everything is there in the system. You just need to give your number of items, take a photograph if it is there with you, and submit it with your address that is already saved earlier. So it just works like Amazon. So you don't need to give your address again, and everything is like already stored. And like someone from our team calls up those people, fixes up a time, approximate timeline, and our team goes and picks it up, and you get awarded as an eco warrior. So that's the long and short of Eco and Book My Junk specific. So I promised you 11:45 I'll complete. Right now it is 11:44. So we have a couple of more minutes. Go ahead. If you have any questions, please go ahead.
Not at this point. So, is there any specific area of Mumbai where the focus is, or is all across Mumbai?
All across Mumbai. Very good question, first of all. And it covers right from Churchgate to, let me actually show you the map of Mumbai, actually, that will give you better clarity.
So, Greater Mumbai, then you have
Mumbai ka map डालो.
Kharghar and Kalyan as well.
Everything. Yeah, Mumbai map. Chalo. हाँ, एक मिनट इसमें ना कोई वो रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी मैच मुंबई मैप. So let us figure this out. So Mumbai is primarily in a very long kind of a it's made up of 7 islands. So we have like this. So it is from Borivali, like from Churchgate. So you cover all this, Greater Mumbai, then Thane, then Mira Bhayandar, Kalyan, Dombivli, Ulhasnagar, Bhiwandi, then Navi Mumbai, Panvel, Vasai, Virar, and then there are various councils: Ambarnath, Badlapur, Puran, Alibag. We don't go to Alibag, no, we don't go, but we go to Palghar. We go to Khopoli, Karjat, these places.
Even Karjat, okay.
Yeah, Karjat we go. Karjat, Kasara, Panvel, Palghar. So it's like there are a couple of railway lines, railway tracks. So on the western track we go till Palghar. On the central track we go till Kalyan and Bhiwandi. On the Konkan track we go till Panvel. So the entire Mumbai as a geography, not just as a city, but the entire thing as a geography, which has a total population of roughly 3 crores. 3 crores, which is roughly the population of Australia. So simple as it is, one Australia is what we are talking about right now. And the whole idea is to then scale up to different cities and things like that. So we'll figure that out once we move this milestone.
Nice. So right now I don't have many questions. As we start working on this, we may have some. I will keep on to you.
Absolutely, you're most welcome to reach out to me.
Sure.
I will also introduce you to Tony and people from our team. So you can reach out to us whenever that is required. So any questions, Dilip, from your end, or any queries or anything?
I think we have received a call.
I think yes. So
I'm fine. I'm sorted. So I think this is helpful. What I was thinking, in fact, Neeraj, is that because this is a very localized campaign, no? We should make it a Bombay specific one. Hello?
Barabar hai.
Hello?
Barabar hai.
Pride of Mumbai, Mumbaiites or something, Mumbai Walas, something like that. We should do it.
Barabar hai, because Mumbai is the only city in the country that is focusing on eco recycling and this electronic waste recycling right now from a consumer connect perspective. So we can make it a pride of Mumbai. Done.
Chalo, theek hai, so we will develop this. I don't have many questions right now.
Great.
We will develop something cases this. Make it a very hyper local kind of a program. Because how can we make Mumbai more responsible in the disposal of waste rather than pick up? I would say let's twist this a little bit and make it how can we make Mumbai more responsible in the disposal of the waste.
Majhi Mumbai, Majha Abhiman. Something like that. I don't know. My Mumbai, my pride. Something like that. Yeah. So all creative juices, let them flow. Create something which is action packed, action oriented, and then we will kind of sustain it from a perspective. And from an operational perspective, we are ready. I've already told the management that we will require not 5 vehicles, we will require 50 of them. 5 is a very lucky number for me. I was born in the 5th of the 10th month of a year which was also divisible by 5. And the company that I joined a couple of years ago, which was an airline company, we started with 5 airlines. So 5 aircrafts, sorry. So 5 aircrafts were there, only 5. And we were calling it Go Airlines. So 5 is a very lucky number. The idea is that we now scale up with our activities, because the targets that we have is not 500 per day. The targets are in excess of 4,000 per day. But I am committed that even if we create 1 pickup per minute, that will be something for all of us to move forward. Yeah. So all the best, Param. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for this. Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
this.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.